Well, happy Chinese New Year, everyone, and welcome to class this year of the Fire Horse. I'm wearing red today to celebrate the new year, but also because I was born in the year of the horse, though I'm an earth horse. Please be kind and don't look up how old I am. You'll be able to tell from that. But wearing red is a traditional thing for everybody during Chinese New Year. But if it is your birth animal year, so horse, it's traditional that you wear an aspect of red. So I've also got my big ruby ring out here, and I'm going to be wearing that this year a lot, or something red. The idea is that red is the color of celebration, but it's also a color of protection against not so nice energies or influences. So it seems that if it is your year, as in the animal of your birth, it is a year of trials and tribulations. But by wearing the color red, it helps to shield you from all that. So traditionally, you'll often see folks wearing a red string with some kind of amulet or pendant around their neck, often jade, because again, it's considered to be A, good for your health, and B, a kind of amulet or protection against unwanted energy. But the red string is enough, it's considered to be enough to keep you safe from unwanted energies. So let's get up and do some Chen style Yilu Tai Chi. And we have Foxy who's wanting to help. What a good dog. Yes. So let's take right hand in fist, please, and left hand straight. Pull back the thumb, feet together, hands together, and we salute. Hello, Foxy. Yes, open your stance, please. And we begin with our warm up. I might come a bit closer. There we go. Good. So Foxy is having a bit of a hard time at the moment because we have ripped up the carpet in the hallway, and he's a disabled doggy. He has hypermobility and goes splat quite a lot. And now with the floorboards, he just doesn't like the surface, and so you open the door and he won't go on, or um, is reluctant, shall we say, to go onto the bare floorboards. We'll get a runner soon, a carpet, so that he's happy again. Okay, so gently circulate into the four corners. Remember, this first exercise is a plank, so we keep the body nice and structured, but we rock forwards and back, counter to the hips. Good. And let's change direction. Foxy, that's someplace you've decided to stand. Let's keep going. I'll go to the side. There we go. Okay. You see why we call him Foxy? That was what the rescue centre called him, and we just couldn't think of a better name, so it stuck. Want to go out? Let's see if he will. Off you go. Come on. Good boy. Poor thing. Good. All right. Okay, folks, on to movement two. So, a blind man on a galloping horse would think it was the same exercise, but actually, this one we want to remain upright. So keep it nice and contained, nice and relaxed. How do you do that? Less is more. Give it less movement, less push. Good. Keep going, please. If you can just see my microphone's about to fall. There we go. Good. So before we started class, I was talking about an experience with a group who were experiencing Tai Chi for the very first time. And it's interesting to see what people are going into Tai Chi thinking. And one gentleman asked me at the end, so how many exercises would you need to do? You know, if you had 20 minutes, what should you do? And I ended up saying, well, you know, every drop contains the ocean. You can do one exercise and just repeat, 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 and that will give you a good Tai Chi workout, you will get good results from that. And he was so delighted to hear that because he had it in his head that he had to move like a master. No one can move like a master until you have dedicated your life to the practice. We all have to start from the very beginning. Can we change direction, please? We all have to start from our own beginning. I'll say that. So if you have spent your life working with your body, then you may find it's easier to step into Tai Chi, but everything that you do creates a kind of accent within your system. So I came into Tai Chi having trained professionally as a ballet dancer. And so I have a strong ballet accent. I remember several times through my career, colleagues or people I had never met before, but were in class with the master, would go up to our master and say, "Wow, look at Jane, she's moving very well." And he would say, "She's a ballet dancer." And I always felt like it was a slap. It's like an ego slap, which is no bad thing. So it felt like he was saying, well, she's not all that good at Tai Chi. It's just that she moves like a ballet dancer. But I've since come to think that actually he's not saying that. He's just saying she's got an accent from ballet. So we all have our accents. So if you've done yoga for many years and you come into Tai Chi, you will have a yoga accent. And it may make it a lot easier to do certain things, but it may actually make it more difficult in other ways. And I find that with ballet moving into Tai Chi, let's stand on one leg and circulate, because ballet is not internal, it's an external practice. It's all about the shape and the projection into the world, that you're making beautiful shapes for the enjoyment of others. Whereas Tai Chi is about, yes, making beautiful shapes for the enjoyment of others, but that is secondary to making beautiful shapes that are beneficial for your health and for you to be able to fight. Good. Shaking out. Did we do both directions? Don't know if we did. Let's go inwards. And actually, that was really what drew me to Tai Chi, was the fact that it would be good for my health. And that's what my master said to me. He said, okay, you've been doing ballet and that's been wrecking your health. Now do Tai Chi. And yes, it will be beautiful. You'll have the flexibility and all of the good stuff of ballet, but it will actually promote your health the more you do, rather than sacrificing your health to create this performing monkey that I had turned myself into. So let's go circle one way and breathe and circle the other way. I must say, I love ballet. I still love ballet. Not so keen on it from the professional side of things. It was not what I expected, but it is the first and biggest love, perhaps, in my life. But Tai Chi is the rock that I have built my health and my life upon, and my business as well. Good. Shaking out, please. Okay, so let's kick it out and step it down, and we rock forwards and back. So as I say, everything that you do has an impact on your life. So if you train a lot in any one thing, you will get better at that. Certainly if you have a good teacher and you're diligent and conscientious. And that will leave an accent in the way you think, in the way you move, in the way you interact with your own body and the world around you. So then when you go to study something else, that shape that you have carved yourself into will affect how you learn anything else. Good. And let's change over, please. So it doesn't mean that you can't learn other things well. In fact, there is a thing called transference of mastery. And if you look at the calligraphies either side of me, that's testament to this concept of transference of mastery. These calligraphies were done by our Grandmaster Chen Wang, and he is a famous calligrapher, and people commission him for large sums of money to make calligraphies, but it's his hobby. But it just so happens that because he is diligent and focused and knows about body movement, that's exactly what you need for calligraphy as well. So when he started doing calligraphy, he jumped to master level pretty quick. Now, he still had to put the work in, but he got there because he had all the tools at his disposal. So if you put the effort into any practice, folks, it will pay dividends for your entire life. Though, of course, it's good to choose something that's healthy. Let's take one step forward again, and we'll take the hand to above the knee. And we just start to gently pump or press into the leg and feel if you can sense the, mm, the pressure going down into the foot. And now very gently guide the weight back and do it gently, do it mindfully. We want to bend the back leg, straighten the front leg just as far as you can to get a stretch. And then if you can, bend or bow from the hips. Good. And up you come. Yep, and shake out. I've got a spot of arthritis in my left knee, and I'm kind of anticipating pain even when it doesn't come. That's, yeah, anticipation is a double-edged sword. Let's do it on the other side. We kick it out and step it down, and we go forwards and back. So honestly, I think any line of investigation, any way you want to apply yourself, no matter what it is, you can go a long way with it. You can master yourself basically in any discipline. Good. Take your hands above your knee and gently start to pump and feed your weight back. Good. Hinge from the hips. Good. And up you come. Now, I got pretty far in the ballet world at such a tender age because it's an activity of young people. Most people retire from ballet when they're in their 30s, 30s, yeah, or younger if they want children. So we sit down, please. So maybe there was some degree of transference of mastery into Tai Chi, but mastery is elusive. It's one of these things that, do you know what we're doing? We circle one hip and keep the structure. It's one of these things that it's kind of like a mirage. You know, you think, oh, I'm nearly there. And you get to where you're going, you go, huh, there's nothing there. And then you see it in the distance, you go, oh, I'm nearly there. No, it's a carrot. Oh, that's the wee doggy. It's a carrot to guide us forwards, but don't worry about it. Change, please. There are those who, you know, are not satisfied until their students are calling them master. I wouldn't worry about that. I'd worry more or concern yourself more for your practice, no matter what level you're at. You're only really as good as your last practice. And yeah, mastery is, especially in Tai Chi, is a big thing. It it doesn't just mean that you're good at doing form. You also have to be able to beat another master in martial arts. So yeah, I'm never going to be a master. So I'm not going to get into a fight. Good. All right. So let's come up. Good. So do we feel warm? That's the question. Well, maybe do our little light twist, move and breathe. Check the top of your head floating up, release, relax down. Keeping the knees gently pointing forwards, but you feel the twist going down through the structures of your legs. So we're not holding our hips and our knees like concrete. We're allowing them to move, but we're not just letting them go jelly legs all over the place. Very good. All right, relax now. Now, as you know, if you want to be good at Tai Chi and at Chen style, we want to be doing standing practice regularly. We haven't been doing that in class recently. It's just we've only got an hour and there's a lot of content to get through. But I encourage you, please keep doing your standing practice. But remember, it doesn't have to be standing. It could be sitting, just sitting up nice and straight and relaxing. Standing practice or Zanzong is really boils down to relaxation in the best posture possible. So you can do it standing, you can do it sitting, you can do it lying down, but please do it. Even if you haven't done any Tai Chi in your day and you've got to bed, you're so tired, okay, lie on your back if you can comfortably and take the pillow away and put a pillow under your knees for a couple of minutes and just deeply relax into your body in as best the best posture you can. But recently, and a few times now, my standing practice teacher, who is amazing because he's put the work in, he does at least 2 hours a day and has done for at least 30 years. He says you can do standing practice in any posture pretty much. So if you're lying down, you don't have to be on your back. You could be on your side, but you want your spine to be straight if possible. And if, like me, you're a very curvy girl, that's difficult. Even with memory foam, I find it's difficult to lie with a straight spine. It tends to kind of kink and twist and all the rest of it. So find a way to have your spine straight, comfortable, and deeply relaxed. And if you can do that for a few minutes a day, you will be progressing your Tai Chi exponentially because relaxation and good posture, they are key. Great. Let's have a look now. We've been doing our stepping forwards, we've been doing our oblique step, and we've been doing our embrace knee. Today, let's put that lot together. We'll do the whole lot, the whole sequence up to the last step forwards of San Tong Bei. We'll do it a few times and then I'll open the forum to any questions or comments. Okay, so let's come over to the right. This space is tiny, so I will need to keep adapting. You may also just do what you can. All right, so we lengthen up, please. Chin slightly down and back and release, calm and relax down. Listening behind. Let's open. Right, step, left. Oblique step. So we turn to the right, release to the right, bend the left leg, turn around the knee, pinch, fill the back as the tail comes down, feed the hands forwards, opening shoulders, elbows, hands, fingertips, relax to center. Release right shoulder and hip back for embrace knee, hands up, weight back, rest, guard position, up and over, step 1, step 2, step 3. I'm going to come towards you a bit. Yeah, and back a bit. Okay, so oblique step again. So we turn, release, and feed the weight forwards. Turn, pinch, fill the back, raise the hook, open, relax to center. Right shoulder and hip release back to embrace knee, up to come back. Circle down, up and over, step 1, step 2. How many times have we done it? Let's do it again anyway. Step 3. Okay, let's do oblique step again. Ready? Turn, release, around, pinch, open, relax down. Right shoulder and hip release, embrace knee, up, back. Circle down, up and over, left, right. And just to, excuse me, just to get us to a sort of finished place, rather than leaving it in the middle of the sentence, we're going to punch. So we're on our right foot. We lift the right toes and turn to the corner, put the foot down. Left hand and foot come in and we step to the corner. So we're on the diagonal now. We feed the hands apart, palms facing out, bring them forwards, untwist, and relax down into your center. So the right hand is going to curl into a fist. The left hand remains open. Hold it there for me. So it's like this. The fist is opposite the elbow, like so. Yeah. So you're not all the way back to your body. It's here. Yeah. We relax to center. The weight is more on the right. We shift the weight left and we send the elbow of the left hand back as we send the fist of the right hand forwards and close. Good. Now, I have a black t-shirt on underneath. I have a feeling it might be better contrast. What do you think? Yeah, I might strip a layer. Okay, so when you're practicing this section, it's easy to get in a loop and think, like I did, like, how many times have we done that? So the sequence is after white crane opens its wings, we have the chop and step. We have one step forward with the left. Excuse me, I am dressed underneath, almost. Yeah, so we have one step forwards with the left, and then we have oblique step. So your oblique goes once, and then you have embrace knee and your guard position. And you have your 3 steps forwards, 1, 2, 3, and you have another oblique step. I'm just marking it here, not doing it properly, maybe I should. So that's your second oblique step. And then you embrace knee again, up and back, and you take a further 2 steps, 1 and 2, and that then takes you into your punch. Okay, shall we do it again from the beginning? Yeah, perfect. Okay, it's going to, that feels better. Okay, more like normal class clothes. All right, here we go. It's amazing how one gets married to a particular uniform. Okay, we lengthen up and relax down. And off we go. Size of your stance dictates the size of the arm movements. There's your three harmonies, hands above feet. Come a wee bit closer. Hammer punch, up, down. Flip left, flip right, white crane, and relax to center. Turn and chop right. Left hand comes up as right hand comes down, and step left side. Here's your first oblique. Open, relax down. Release the right side, embrace knee, and guard position. 3 steps forward, circle back to come over, left, right, left. Your second oblique. Release right shoulder and hip to embrace knee, and guard position. 2 steps forwards, left, right, and the third time we lift the right toes, turn on the heel, left side comes in and out to the diagonal, step, wrap around, prepare, feed the weight left, and slide elbow and fist with equal power, and rest. Good. Yeah, happy to do it one more time? Yeah, one more time? Okay. Remember, folks, you can always rest and watch. It's very difficult to learn something and follow and listen all at the same time. You can actually learn a great deal just by watching. So, especially if you're not feeling the best, it can actually be better for you to watch rather than having to do all the learning stuff and coping with not feeling well. So, yeah, anyway, one more time from the top. Guys, sorry, that's my phone. I'll just knock it off if I can. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, are we ready? Lengthen up, relaxing down. And Come closer. Keep going. I must admit, I think it's my dyslexia. I find when I'm doing multiple repetitions of sequences that have multiple repetitions, I get lost very easily. I've got a bit of a headache trying to like, oh, did I do the right number? I don't know. Anyway, you can see the pattern. So we've done it a few times. Let's open it to any questions while I have a cup of water and sort myself out. Yes.
Yeah,
Pam.
the last section after White Crane, I just can't get it. I mean, I see what we have to do, but my body is just not just the arms and coordinated with the legs, just not working.
Okay, right. Give me a second. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I think the battery in the fire alarm was low, so yeah. Okay, so can you ask that question again, please, Pam?
Sure. Just after White Crane, it's just the arm movements going into the oblique, and
Yeah,
then I don't know, I just can't seem to get the sequence, the arms moving, how they move to get into the step.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, just I know that on the recording you can't see you, but what you just did looked good. It looked like you had some clue what you were doing. So let me show you that then, that sequence from a few different angles. And it just comes with practice. This is often the way, Pam, with Tai Chi that we spend so much time on individual steps, but we tend, for whatever reason, to not spend as much time on the linking steps between those steps. And then it's the links and not the steps that folks struggle with. Or even when we do spend time on the links, it's kind of like they seem just less memorable. You know, the links don't have a little story behind them. They're just like, this is how you get from A to B. Whereas A and B have lovely what's architecture, and you know there's things that you can go, ah, look for this. Okay, so from White Crane I'm going to show you it face on, because I think part of the issue, again, because we have the flat screen, you're only at one angle. So often, I mean, when I'm teaching face to face, I tend to stand at the front of the class with my back to the class, but the class have the option of moving around to see me from different angles. So let me show you White Crane from front view. So there's your White Crane. I'm standing on my right, my left foot heel is up, and I'm on the tip of my toe. And I'm going to turn. So you mimicked it beautifully. You turn your waist and you chop. So the right hand, literally like a karate chop. Not that I've ever done karate, but yeah. So you turn your waist and you chop. And then your right hand is coming down, your left hand is circling up and back, and turn the waist. And as if you were going to chop, but instead you step. And that's your Santon Bay, but it's only one step. And then you go into your oblique. So from that one step, your weight is still back. You turn to your right, release to the right, feed the weight forwards, turn, pinch, fill your back, sit down a little bit as you straighten up, open and relax down. Okay, and then releasing right shoulder and hip, embrace knee, arms up, weight back. And probably you're wondering about that transition as well. You circle down as you turn your waist to the right. You keep the circles going up and over, and this time you step left, hand and foot, and the right hand is coming in past your ear. Step left, change. Sorry, step right, change, and then step left. Yeah. So for all the practice that we do with Santong Bei, then you see that actually you only do one true version of that practice because the rest is including transition. Let me show you it now from the other side. So in the form we're doing it to our left, but now I'm going to show you it facing right. Yeah. So there is your white crane position. Go back a bit. Yeah. So I'm turning to my left and I'm chopping right. The right hand is going down, the left hand is circling up, and I step left side. So that's the transition into oblique. Let me show you again. So chop and cycle to step. Then you have oblique. Filling your back, opening, relaxing down. You have embrace knee and guard position. So the next transition back into Santong Bei, back into 3 steps forwards, you're turning your waist just a little bit and circling the arms down, up and over. Step left, look at that funny position with the hands framing the head, and then the left hand comes down to step right. Change arms, that's what we had been practicing, the change of the arms, and step left again. And that takes us into oblique step again. So no further transition there, just oblique step. And from oblique step, release the right side, embrace knee, arms up, weight back. And it's the same transition again, circling down, up and over to take the further 1, 2, and then turning on the heel, cross hands and step. And we want the hands and the feet to work together there. Come around, relax to center, and punch. Okay. Do you want to see back view just for completeness? I'm not sure how much
Sure.
it gets.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. So from white crane, chop, left side, cycles up, right side cycles down, step left. Then for your oblique, turn, release, turn, pinch, fill your back, open, and relax to center. Release right shoulder and hip back. It's a release, it's not really a big turn. Embrace knee, arms up, weight back, empty. Yes, empty stance. Circle the arms down to the right, up and over. Step left, hand and foot. Step right, step left. Then you have oblique step again. I know I'm miles away. Here we are. Oblique step again. Open. Relax down. Release right side, right side, shoulder and hip. Up and back. And then 2 steps forwards. 1 and 2. The third step, you turn on the heel, cross hands, hand and foot go out, prepare, relax to center, and punch. Is that any use?
Yes, that was fine. It was
Yeah. So all of these circles, that's kind of It's a bit like this. As in, what I'm saying there is, yes, you're turning from center, but there's no upper arm movement. There's no visible, there should be no visible movement in the shoulders. There basically should be not much visible movement in the upper arms. And this is quite typical of any silk railing, any Tai Chi, that we don't tend to, you'll see it in white crane. Look, the upper arm is angled up a bit. But in general, you see my upper arms? There's practically no movement in them. So the movement comes from center, that's the center of the compass, and the hands are the pencil of the compass. But the shoulders, they're not brought into it at all. The movement travels through them, but they're like a 0 point of movement. They don't participate in the visible movement. And really the upper arms play very little part in the visible part of the movement either. It's mostly from the elbow down. So do it together with me, please. Uh, just wondering, let's do it in the direction that we do it in the form, because that's probably the best way to ingrain body memory. Okay, so we're in white crane position, right up and left down, and we're standing on the right and the left toe is on its tip. If you can, you can put the ball of the foot down if needed, and then we turn the waist and chop. So you can even just practice that as a little training exercise. You turn your waist and chop, and you're bending from the elbow to bring the hand up past the ear and chop. But again, it's the waist that drives the movement. So the chop is because you're turning the side of your body in that direction. So it should feel very free and easy and comfortable for the arms. It's not lifting the arm and chopping it with your arm. It's because your body is extending forwards and back. So that's a nice little training exercise for you. Just like a strike, 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 strike. But if you shake out, because it's hard work to do it standing on one leg. So then if we do the actual choreography, you chop with one hand and then you step with the next. It's almost like a feint, if you know what I mean. If you were boxing, you kind of pretend. So the first hand is just to sort of distract or confuse, and then the second hand is when you're actually going in towards your opponent. So let's try it. So we turn, chop, and then left hand coming up as right hand comes down, step. Good. Okay, and then into your oblique. So we turn to the right, release to the right, feed into the left, hands down, turn, pinch, fill your back, the tail comes under, and open, shoulders, elbows, hands, fingertips, relax to center. So I said shoulders, right? But I don't want you to do a sort of, it's a feeling going through the shoulders into the elbows. Really, the hands and fingertips are the only things that should be very visible to move and relax down. Now release your right shoulder and hip to embrace the knee, hands up, weight back, guard position. Circle down by turning the waist, the arms both come up and over, and left and right. Change and left. If you stay there or get yourself more space, we do oblique step again. So we turn, release, hands down, turn, pinch, fill your back, open, relax to center. Yeah. Release the right side, embrace knee, arms up, feed into your back foot, guard position, circle down and back, up and over, step left, step right, and now turning on the heel, Left hand comes in and across the right on top. We feed the weight forwards, come through center and push out. So hands and feet want to be as close working together as possible. Circle the arms round in front and turn them over as you relax to center. The right hand curls into a fist. Yeah, so not here, here. Relax to center, but you're in your right side, relaxing into the center of your belly, and feed the weight left. Rotate and send the fist and the elbow in opposite directions. Good. So rest, please. Now that punch, if I were in class with you face to face, I would get you to strike that pose and I would come round and I would push your fist and your elbow and squash them together and see, did you have structural integrity? So it's not that they're on the same plane. It's like you have tracks, because you have tracks, yeah? Right side and left side, and you're turning in those tracks. You're turning between those tracks. So the fist is going to go forwards in line with the right side, and your elbow is going to go back in line with your left side. So it's like they're on parallel tracks, and one is going forwards and the other is going back evenly. Yeah. So if you have done a punch into a good position, how do I show you this? Yeah, into a good position, you should be able to get someone pushing your fist and someone pushing your elbow, squashing them towards each other, and it should be absolutely strong. If you had brought yourself out of alignment in whatever way, I mean, you can see when it's out of alignment, that no longer looks strong, then when they go to push, you'll feel your wing bones collapse in, your arms will, you might be able to hold it, but you'll strain. So that's the beauty. Oh gosh, we're out of time. That's the beauty of Tai Chi, that when you do it correctly, you are can nearly speak, intrinsically strong through your structure. So you don't even need muscle strength. You could be weak as a kitten, and if your structure is correct, you will still have strength. Whereas you could be really built, you could be a bodybuilder, and if you are structurally out of alignment, you will still collapse with relatively little pressure. So it's a great way to test any stance. You can, if you know which direction the force is going in, you squash it and see, is it strong or is it weak? You can see it, but it's nice to test, and you can let people actually feel that structural integrity. We'd better finish, folks. I hope you enjoyed your practice today. Let's just finish with a little bounce. And a stand, just for a moment. Feel into your body. Good. Let's bring your hands to center. Hug your elbows in. Breathing into your center. Feel your energy is stronger. Very good. Very good. Well done. Let's salute, folks. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep practicing. Remember, every little helps. Mastery is obtained by diligence. And though we may never achieve mastery, we will get a long way just by practicing. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you next time.